I hide and love you quite as often as I could have. Maybe I didn't treat you quite as good as I should have. And if I made you feel second best, girl, I'm sorry I was blind. You were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. Maybe I didn't hold you all those lonely, lonely nights. And I guess I never told you that I'm so happy that you're mine. Little things I should have said and done, I just never took the time. You were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. Now tell me as your sweet love hasn't died, and give me one more chance to keep you satisfied. I'll keep you satisfied. Bonjour, and welcome to Bonjour Nana Bonjour, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. My name is Michael Lyons, and I thought I'd do something different today, this morning. Bonjour, Joan Frame, and James Shagobe. Welcome back to the show. Today's show is called Coffee and Guitar, or Guitar and Coffee, something like that. Anytime Natasha drinks coffee, it's like this. Oh, that's really good coffee. No. So welcome back to the show. Joan, thank you so much. Miigwech, for the very generous super chat. I really appreciate it. It's 7 o'clock here in Bemidji-Gamug in Bemidji, Minnesota. Bemidji, the name of our town, is named after the lake, which is called Bemidji-Gamug, and it means crossing waters. There's a whole story, I'll probably let Nana Bonjour tell, about how our town got its name. And it's really stupid. There never was a guy called Chief Bemidji. There was a guy called Shenawishkong, which in English means the man who rattles. But this morning, this song is for Joan for her super chat. Thank you so much. I'd like to dedicate this song to Joan this morning. No, that's not a good one. Here we go. You with the sad eyes, don't be discouraged. Oh, I realize it's hard to take courage in a world full of people. You can lose sight of it all, and the darkness inside you makes you feel so small. I've seen your true colors shining through. I've seen your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show. Show your true colors. True colors are beautiful, like a rainbow. For Joan. I've seen your true colors. It's green for Junia. No. I drove through Bemidji on my way to Minneapolis from Winnipeg for 5 years. Wow, you did that drive from Winnipeg all the way down to Minneapolis. Yeah, we're kind of halfway point, aren't we? Yeah, Winnipeg. I've only been up to Winnipeg a few times, but I'm always impressed with Winnipeg because it feels like Minneapolis without being so scary. You know, there's not as many threatening like street people. Winnipeg, you know, the Canadians get their the stereotype of them being friendly is really apparent in Winnipeg. I always feel very at home in Winnipeg. I can die now. That's right, Joan, but please don't. So today is, what is it, Thursday? Neo Geisha Good, 4th day of the week. I couldn't be troubled to update my OJIBWE. I'm sorry. Yesterday, our OJIBWE phrase was Inashke Gitchigami. Inashke Gitchigami. Behold the sea. And Nanabuju wrote he didn't write it. He recited a poem by the band The Waterboys. And it was called This is the Sea. These things you keep, you better throw them away. You want to turn your back on your soulless days. Once you were tethered, but now you are free. Because that was the river, and this is the sea. Basically, you can say anything to this guitar riff, and it sounds beautiful. I could just read out of the phone book, and it'd be like, you know, pretty. I live near 6 nations now. Don't worry about being nice to Winnipeg. Let me go wake up everybody. Like Joan, you just sound like a poet when I do that. Actually, that riff comes from a song I redid from Iron Maiden called Run to the Hills. What's it called? White man came from across the sea. He brought us pain and misery. And he killed our tribes, and he killed our creek, killed our game for his own needs. And we fought him hard, we fought him well. Out on the plains, we gave him hell. Many came, too much for Cree. Will we ever be set free? Riding through dust clouds and barren waste, galloping hard on the plains, chasing the redskins back to their holes, fighting them at their own game. Murder for freedom, the stab in the back, women and children a coward's attack. Murder for freedom, the stab in the back, women and children are cowards attack. Run to the hills, run for your lives, run to the hills, and run for your lives. Soldier blue and na-na-na, na-na-na it goes. Giga Jeba, morning. Good morning, Jim Dunn. I have a good morning up here, don't I? Mino Giga Jabe. Good morning, Jim Dunn. So nice to see you. Welcome back to the show. I'm doing something kind of different this morning. I don't know why. I suddenly felt inspired to just turn on a camera and go live. I'm sure I'll bring up Natasha and Nana Buja in a little bit. But I'm just going to play a couple of songs. Get us started on this very cold, what is it? 3 below. That's not that bad. 3 below 0 in Bemidji, Minnesota. Oh, anyway, so back on the Bemidji thing. Bemidji is most famous for Paul Bunyan and Babe. Let me see if I can find a picture of Paul Bunyan and Babe. Here's a picture of Alec Baldwin. What did I do with Paul Bunyan and Babe? Sometimes on the show, we'll look at pictures. Tuesdays are sometimes called Dig If You Will, a Picture Day. And I'll pull up pictures of fine artwork that we can analyze and stuff. But for my money, there's nothing better. I know I can't find it. Okay, here's a different statue. Here is Michelangelo's Pieta, or Pita, or whatever. It depicts Jesus after he was crucified, lying in the arms of his mother Mary, right? The craftsmanship on this statue is hard to believe. The realism in this marble sculpture. The beauty in the face of Mary. The tragedy. Amazing, right? Then, you can compare this with, I don't know. Here it is. This is our version. Paul Bunyan and Babe the Blue Ox. This thing was made by a local man, I think from Park Rapids. It is the one achievement in northern Minnesota, artistically, that has had any significance whatsoever, ever in the history of America. Nobody cares about any art that's ever been, well, maybe prints, made in Minnesota except for this monstrosity that I've learned to love. Paul Bunyan and Babe. This is our, whatever. Okay, so I've got a cold and I have to be better tomorrow because I've got a gig and ideas not involving whiskey. That's a rough one. Sing Stevie Nicks. You should be fine if you're singing with a cold. Sing Landslide if you can. Does it go? Took my love and it took it down. I don't know how to play it. Yeah, gargle with salt water. It's rough. I don't miss that about being in a band. The thing about being a singer especially, is you're constantly thinking about your breathing and your throat. And if you get gigs in the winter, you go out and you drive for hours in a car and then it's freezing, and then you go into the bar and it's dry and hot. And Yeah, people don't really appreciate it. And you want to spit up, but you can't because you're on a stage. You can't just lean over and cough up a loogie because you got a cold. Yeah, it's tough. I can recommend not drinking. What did I do that one time? Back in my drinking days, one time I was in a band and they gave me a bottle of, I think it's some kind of fruit in it, blackberry brandy. That's what it was. My drummer was like, yeah, here, take a sip of this. It'll be like cough syrup, blackberry brandy. Well, I drank like half the bottle before we even started. We did 2 songs and I kind of lost track of time and went, all right, well, we're going to take a little break and we'll be back in 15 minutes because I thought it had been like an hour already. My drummer was like, no, we still got to play for a while. We can't take a break after 10 minutes of playing. But I was already getting drunk. It's family day. I meant to get rid of the cold. Yeah, you can't show up drunk at family day. How do you say you're welcome in Ojibwe? That's a good question. I get that a lot. We all know miigwech means thank you, right? Usually people just respond with aho, aho, A-H-O. And it doesn't mean directly you're welcome. That's why it's so confusing. Ojibwe, you're welcome is a term kind of like in English, when you want to say come in, people will say welcome, like on a store door. Here in Bemidji, a few years ago, they tried to put up Ojibwe signs all over town that would have the Ojibwe translation of an English sign. I don't know why they never did the stop signs, but a lot of people on the stores would say welcome, and then the sign would say bonjour. And I always thought, well, it's not really welcome. We don't have a word for welcome. It should have said bindagain, come in. But so when somebody says miigwech, you can say aho. Like, I understand. Yep, aho. Very good. How's this go? Hey, Red Z. Red Z says, but drunk family days are usually more memorable. That's true. Red Z, thank you so much for signing up on Patreon. I don't know if you were here the other day, but appreciate your support. So I wrote a song about... How's that go? So I wrote a song about Leech Lake, how to say it in Ojibwe. Gazagasquajamaycog, Gazagasquajamaycog. It's fun when you sing it. Now Natasha's gonna bring it. Gazagasquajamaycog, 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 Nindunjapa, oh, Gazagasquajamaycog, Gazagasquajamaycog, oh, not. Why, when Prince sings in falsetto, you guys can't get enough of it. Why do you gotta giggle when I do it? Huh. You don't have to be rich. Yeah, so took you guys long enough. Buck Lake Estates. Bonjour, Buck Lake Estates. Got to get your coffee, North Dakota. Sit in a circle. Yes, please, circle up, everybody. We're going to sit Indian style. I don't mean Native American style. I mean like from India. We're going to sit in a full lotus position, you know, with one leg up like this and the other one up like that. And, you know, concentrate on your breath. Focus on your third eye. Woohoo! Yeah! Woohoo! Yeah! She'll adore you and she'll floor you with her wisdom and her vision. Aho, aho. Sequoia Hummingbird, bonjour, how you doing? Can you get the firehouse? Get the firehouse! 'Cause those flames keep getting higher. Did you guys know Sequoia Hummingbirds like the weather? She's like the weather, but it feels so good. You'll never leave her, but you know you should. See, that's the kind of poetry that Paul Stanley wrote. The Water Boys, it was all about, you know, this is the sea, this kind of stuff. But Paul Stanley understood things about walking, strutting, girls who strutted, about firehouses. You know, it was different, but still good. Play my fave, please, please, please. Okay, Joan. Which is your favorite one? I bet you it's... No, it's probably not that. Like a nice Bon Scott. Bon Scott. Was singing Ancestor Song with my girlfriend this morning. Oh, really? The Ancestor Song? You guys like how I'm saying absolutely nothing on this live stream? I'm just reading and noodling around. Remember in college, you'd go to college parties and you'd go upstairs and there would be like the hippie chicks all together in that one back room trying to get away from the noisy party. And there'd be like one long-haired guy in sandals with an acoustic guitar. That was me. Surrounded by women playing guitar at a house party, still striking out 100% of the time. I always looked like the guy who got lots of girls in college when I actually didn't, because I was the guy who was playing guitar. I'm also thinking about suing the guitar store that sold me my first guitar. Because that guy promised me if I bought a guitar, I would meet lots of girls. And that's not true at all. If you become a guitar player, you meet lots of guys. Other guys who play guitar. Drummers, bass players, singers. I've met a couple of singers. Natasha does backup. Did you go to UMD? Sounds like. I went to Morehead State, actually. I went to Morehead State and I worked at Concordia College in Morehead. My brother went to UMD. He got his master's there, I guess. My older brother. The Fighting Sioux. How about, here's one from a Minnesota guy. I never meant to cause you any sorrow. I never meant to cause you any pain. Only wanted one time to see you laughing. I only wanted to see you laughing in the purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Such a shame our friendship had to end. I never wanted to be your weekend lover. I only want to be some kind of friend. And baby, I could never steal you. That's what Gene Simmons sang this song. Baby, I could never steal you from another. Ooh, yeah. Such a shame our friendship had to end. Bob Dylan singing Prince. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. I only wanted to see you dancing in the purple rain. I know, times are changing. I hate Bob Dylan so much. Because you have to admit, that's kind of what he sounds like. Never meant to cause you any sorrow. I never meant to cause you any pain. How's that go? I'm trying to remember Knocking on Heaven's Door. Everybody knows that song. I can't remember it. Your Bob Dylan is how I sound now. That's just exactly how Joan sings, just in a regular voice. What would John Redcorn sound like? I don't know. I've asked around, people here say it's original, maybe an honor song. Bonnie Raitt is the only one I know I can think of as a woman guitarist at a moment. Bonnie Raitt, yeah. Bonnie Raitt's great. It's been a while since I've played this song. Turn down the light, turn down the bed, turn down these voices inside my head. Lay down with me, tell me no lies. Just hold me closely and don't patronize. Don't patronize me. 'Cause I can't make you love me if you don't. And you can't make your heart feel something it won't. Here in the dark, in these final hours, I will lay down my heart, and I feel the power that you won't. No, you won't. 'Cause I can't make you love me if you don't. If you don't. You ever been friend zoned? You can establish really loving friendships with people of the opposite sex, sort of. I've been in so many loving relationships with beautiful women who wanted nothing to do with me romantically, but we would say I love you to each other. Sometimes these are women I'd be in bands with or something, or play music with, where we'd become just really tight friends, say I love you, hug, maybe even kiss on the cheeks once in a while, but not be lovers. And I don't know if it's just me. I was a roadie. You were a roadie for Poison? Awesome. It's cool to be a roadie for Poison, Joan. I hope you weren't a groupie for Poison. You do know the difference in those jobs, right? You know that song I love, It's Not English. Oh, it's not in English. Is it, Okay, here's an Ojibwe song. And it's a prayer. Buju Getchimanadu, Miigwechka Kinaga, Miigwechka Ijaka Kinagegu, Gaiji Chikean Nungun. Yeah, I know how we can make this easier. Here we go. All right. Okay, let me try something stupid here. Get a little ambiance here. Oh, not this one, but it's lovely? Okay. I have another one I'm thinking of. Buju Getchimanadu, Otapanani we asema. Miigwech Kaiji Kakinagegu, Kaiji Chikea. Nungo Gawiduka Wishin. Alright, this isn't quite working. That's not really the song. Here's the song. It's Hello, Great Spirit. Thank you for everything that you do today. Buju Getchimanadu, Miigwech Kaiji Kakinagegu, Gaiji Chikean Nungu, Nimen Wendam Jaianoma Nungu, she went down, Gakina, Gegu. I can't do it. Another song within OJIBWE, was it, maybe, so, Mena Bashki Mena Sagani Batu Se Chikani Bakwe Shikan Mena Bashki Mena Sagani Batu Se Chikani Bakwe Shikan Mena Bashki Mena Sagani Batu Se Chikani Bakwe Shikan. Oh no, you got roadie and groupie mixed up? You were a groupie? Shame on you. Alice Cooper has a great song, School's Out. 18, Only Women Bleed. Yeah, I had Alice Cooper 8-track on my first car. The greatest hits. I love Alice Cooper. But, wanted a piece of blueberry pie, so I went up and I asked this guy, but he only spoke Ojibwe, so I had to say, Mena Bashki Mena Sagani Batu Se Chikani Bakwe Shikan Mena Bashki Mena Sagani Batu Se Chikani Bakwe Shigan. Hey, Mena Bashki Mena Sagani Batu Se Chikani Bakwe Shigan Mena Bashki Mena Sagani Batu Se Chikani Bakwe Shigan. Another difference I'm trying to remember is that song that plays at the beginning of the episodes where Nana Buju chants. Oh, I know what you're meaning. Way hey ya hey ya. Yeah, that's a pre-recorded song. I don't think I can do it. Is it yeah, I know it. Way hey ya. Yeah, no, I can't play that. It's got piano and a couple of layers. Blueberry pie probably cures colds. I think blueberries are generally a good antioxidant. You know what else actually helps me feel better right away a lot of times is raw baby spinach. If you're getting phlegmed up, this is a gross topic, but if you're getting phlegmed up, you know, and like when you get a cold or whatever, I think, I'm not even sure what inflammation is, but they say spinach reduces inflammation, and so eat a bunch of spinach or have like a spinach shake or something. And I think there's a lot of vitamin C in it too. All right, well, how long has that been? 38 minutes? Am I just going to do a whole show like this? How many people are here? Can't tell. Any requests? Song requests? Before I... if there's anything else I'm going to shut off these lights. Mama, take this badge from me. I can't use it anymore. too dark to see. It feels like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Like I'm knocking on heaven's door. I'm an awesome impressionist. Here's my Michael Jackson impression. You guys have seen him call into the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Michael Jackson. Hee hee, Shamoa. Hey everybody, that's ignorant. Michael, you got a beautiful voice. Well, thank you, Michael Jackson. What can I do for you? I'm going to request a song. Hee hee, Shamoa. I don't think I know any of Michael Jackson songs. No, that's ignorant. Hee hee, Shamoa. All right, well, I think I better let you go. No, that's ignorant. And, of course, I do an excellent President Zelensky. Hi, my name is President Zelensky, and I'm here today with my friend, Sean Penn. Yeah, this is Sean Penn. I'm here to fight this war. And I don't care. I don't really appreciate what you're doing there, Michael. You're making little jokes. You're playing your stupid guitar. Well, there's a war going on over here, and I'm trying to do something about it. I'd appreciate it if you take it a little more seriously. And that's totally gnarly, dude. Is my Sean Penn impersonation. And finally, that leaves Alec Baldwin. No, I don't have Alec Baldwin. I got rid of him. So, 40 days and 40 nights, Buck Lake Estates. Okay, you guys saw that. Now he won't tell us what it was. It's torture. What are you talking about? They haven't proven the link between spinach and violence. Oh, they haven't? Have you seen Popeye? The guy becomes totally like cracked out. That's what happens to me. I get huge muscles. I want to fight. Eye gets popped out. Okay, here's a song. I'll play part of it and tell you the story about it behind it. The whole thing about Buju Nana Buju is I didn't start out thinking I wanted to teach Ojibwe and tell stories about Ojibwe history and culture. I got my start as a cartoonist, and I really wanted to draw comic strips all my life. And it wasn't until I illustrated a children's book in Ojibwe called Dog and Ingan that people started to take notice of my comic strips and stuff. I started visiting schools, reading Dog and Ingan, and teaching cartooning or drawing classes. I also had a coloring book out that would teach Ojibwe. And what I wanted ultimately was to draw cartoons or be an artist. I also loved playing guitar, and I kind of wanted to be a rock star. Well, what I discovered, and I'm looking for the book right now, so excuse me for being distracted. Zelensky sounds like Kermit. Yeah, Kermit and Zelensky. Kermit's got that same sort of beta male. It's Kermit the Frog. Yay! Same kind of beta male. But my grandparents are both boarding school survivors. So as I was sort of promoting my cartooning career, I would end up talking a lot about my grandparents and telling stories. My grandfather's was a Leech Lake Ojibwe. My grandmother actually was a Metawakan, Dakota, but she grew up in northern Minnesota and married and lived in Bena, Minnesota. So I started singing a song or sharing a song I wrote about my grandfather running away from boarding school. And as I would tell the story to the kids, it became apparent that the kids, whether they're native or not, didn't know why people didn't speak Ojibwe anymore. So I had to explain, well, you know, our grandparents, when they went to school, they went to a special school called the Indian Residential Schools. And they were set up to not only teach English to Ojibwe speakers, but to make them forget Ojibwe and to forget that they were even Indian people. They had to cut their hair, they had new names. Their whole school was kind of brainwashing, much like school is today. But, and so my grandfather ran away 3 times, actually. And I wrote a song about it that I'd like to share with you today. It's called Home. And I was born in 1913 in the storm of 1913. But then at boarding school, I was nobody's fool. Down at Flanders, I grew madder every day. That's why I had to run away. 'Cause this is no way to live. And I wanna go home. I wanna go home. I wanna go home. I wanna go home. Congratulations, you've received 100 messages today with Restream Chat. Awesome. Should I tweet that? I can tweet it. Anyway, great. Please do Trump. Makes me laugh my ass off, says MJ. Well, when I do Trump, and I don't think I do a very good Trump. He's tough to do. You have to be looking at a picture of him to know it's him. But the thing about Trump is that he's got kind of a sing-songy voice. It starts up high, it goes down, it's real cocky, condescending, and you've got to use words that people remember. So Donald J. Trump, he starts talking up here and then he kind of goes down there. And I was watching the news, watching sleepy Joe Biden, and I think it's a disgrace what he's doing. That's what they're telling me. I don't know if it's true. But I'm going to my friend Rudy Giuliani. Rudy Giuliani and I are going to go to China. It's a disgrace for Rudy Giuliani in China. Excuse me for spitting so much. It's also what you guys don't see a lot when I'm doing voices is sometimes you have to screw up your face. Like if I do an impersonation of Sylvester Stallone, I have to give myself like Bell's palsy on the side of my face. And I kind of talk like this. Hey, yo, Natasha. It's me, it's the Italian stallion. There was a time I had to go toe-to-toe with Apollo Creed. You know? So Sylvester Stallone, I give myself like Bell's palsy. Natasha, lots of times, I'm bug-eyed when I'm doing her. Boozhoo, Nana Boozhoo. Nana Boozhoo is pretty much just me, you know, with a thicker accent. Cookie Monster is really tough to do. I don't know how he does that. Cookie Monster is like Gene Simmons and meets Animal from The Muppet Show. Me love Cookie. Oh yeah, Cookie. And so to do Cookie Monster, I'm glad I don't have to do it on camera. I'm using a puppet. But Cookie Monster is hard. And Animal's the same voice. Beat drum, beat drum. See, what else did I do? Character acting. I'm really bad at doing accents, actually. And that's kind of part of the humor. Like, to me, I know there are a couple of different English accents. But when David Bowie calls in, I just try to make him as polite as possible. And instead of pronouncing the H's, instead of saying hello, I say, hello, this is David Bowie. He's always very polite, very peaced out. David Bowie calling from beyond the grave. Oh, and sometimes he'll say, oh dear me. Queen of England is basically all my Monty Python characters in one. Hello, love. It's the Queen Mum it is. Paul Stanley is fun to do. Paul Stanley has a slight lisp. This is Paul Stanley of Kiss. But then when he's talking on stage, he has a rock star scream. How you doing? This is Paul Stanley. How you doing? You ready to rock and roll all night and party every day? This is Paul Stanley of Kiss, and you're listening to Boozoo Nana Boozoo, the podcast about Ojibwe language. And I've been doing Paul Stanley since I was a kid. Paul Stanley also, if I do a Paul Stanley impersonation, you'll know my one eyebrow is always up. Because Paul Stanley's always like doing that blue steel, from Zoolander. This is Paul Stanley of Kiss, and you're listening to Michael Lyons on the Boozoo Nana Boozoo podcast. Man, I spit a lot. I didn't realize that until just now. I'm so sorry. Oh, I don't even know if anyone's watching anymore. All right, so what are we going to do? We got 8 minutes left. I think I'm not even going to have Nana Boozoo and Natasha come up. Would you guys like to speak to? You know who doesn't get much video play? Is actually around here. Is Emily herself. Emily, you want to come over here and say hello to the people? Well, I come over, say hello. I come on the Boozoo Nana Boozoo podcast. I want to be on Boozoo Nana Boozoo podcast because I'm Emily. And it takes me a minute to get my voice. Hey y'all, my name is Emily. Okay, this is not working. Emily Indigenous cause. I'm the one Ojibwe speaker with a really thick southern accent. Mom always said, life is like a box of chocolates. That's not right, Michael. That's right, Emily. Hey y'all. I don't rightly know what I'm supposed to say right now. This is awfully awkward. Because usually we use that other camera there. Yeah, I know. Anyway. How about this? Does this work? That could work. Hey y'all. Welcome to Boozoo Nana Boozoo. It's a podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. Emily Indigenous cause. Emily is my name. And today, Ningikaj. It is cold. Or I am cold. Ningikaj. How you say it is cold? We say, Gisana. Gisana. It is cold. Agua chain. It is cold outside. It is 4 below zero. 4 below zero. And Red Z saying they are entertainers. They work to entertain. That's awesome. That's all I'm trying to do. That's all I'm trying to say. I just want to make some people laugh, maybe think. Oh, and I want to make a whole lot of money. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, thank you, Emily. All right, y'all. See you later. GOFUNDME, me in a while. Thank you, Emily. Oh, I right like kindly. I don't know. I don't want to say. Okay, that was Emily. Sorry. And let the fun begin. Wally Bear is in. Oh, Wally Bear is here. Awesome. Who's you, Wally Bear? Way. That's what it says on my t-shirt. Let's hear the story. Okay. The story of way. So in Ojibwe, the Ojibwe word for drum is dewe igan. Dewe igan. And the first song you usually hear at a powwow is called the Grand Entry song. Or no, it's the flag song actually. It's Grand Entry, but they always... The guys marching in, there'll be veterans holding the American flag, maybe the tribal flag, usually a POW flag for some reason. And the first song I learned was the flag song. Way, way da, hey, way da, hey, ya, way, ho, way da, way. And then here it is. Way, 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 oh. Yeah, that's how it is. So that song ends with way, 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 oh. A lot of those songs, those audibles are kind of in that way. So when I did the cartoon, I was doing a cartoon. I think it was originally, I was just trying to illustrate the word for let's sing, Nagamoda. And I had a little squirrel saying, let's sing, or a skunk or something. And they were playing on the drum. And so that those guys are actually singing Ojibwe audibles in that cartoon. All right. Now for something completely different. I'm going to teleport outside. Computer, boop, boop, boop. Please set my coordinates and teleport me outside. Boop, 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 boop. Make it so. Oops. I screwed that up. Make it so, number computer. Okay, that's not working either. There we go. Oh, it's so beautiful out here. Brr, I'm cold. How's that for acting? What do I want to share? Okay, here we go. Never mind the outside. Oh, I know. Here I am on the holodeck. Star Trek holodeck. And, can you guys hear me okay? The show is early today. Caught me off guard, says MJ. Bonjour, MJ. Buckeye has a good idea. Bama P before the show ends, everyone. Bama P. And Giga Wabamin Mina Wa. Where is that? I thought I had a song to send out with you guys. All right, one of my favorite episodes on one of my favorite songs we've done is when Paul Stanley called in, and we were able to get him. I always get not a copyright strike, but I get flagged for this. What a price to pay. Ooh, baby, baby. Ooh, baby, baby.
Mistakes I know I've made a few, but I'm only human. You make mistakes too.
He's only human. You make mistakes too. You tell him, Paul.
Ooh, baby, baby. Ooh, baby, baby. I'm just about it. Baby, baby. But I can't stop trying. I can't, baby. 'Cause I believe one day I'll hold you in, whisper I still love you until the day's here. All right, people. Now, no matter whether you're with other people or you're home alone, you're not really alone because all of us are in this together.
That's right, Paul.
And music can bring us that much closer together. And when we sing, we're definitely a group. So don't be shy. It's going to feel really good. Here's what we want you to do. We'll sing it for you. It goes like this. Your turn.
Ooh, la 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 la.
We'll do it again. You go.
Ooh, la 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 la. Hey everybody, I love that video too. Paul Stanley. I don't know. One time, I don't think Paul Stanley knows about our show. Paul, do you know about our show? Hey, Natasha, I sure do. Okay. Well, the Paul Stanley, he fixed my hair. The Paul Stanley doll definitely knows. One time we got a message from somebody. How did that work? I think she claimed to be Paul Stanley's sister. And he does have a sister. But but his sister's last name isn't Stanley. And so it wasn't really. But somebody with the last name Stanley was writing us like, hey, I should show this to my brother Paul. Nana Bonjour Natasha sleeping in too. Well, I'm here now. And Nana Bonjour. Okay, Bonjour. He's here too. Hey everybody, how you doing? Would you mind teleporting me outside? I'd be happy to teleport you outside. Okay. I'm gonna step outside. I gotta talk. I gotta put out my tobacco. Alright, you ready? I am ready. Are you ready? I think I'm ready. Hold on. I'm not ready. Okay. Let me scan for your coordinates. I'm right here, silly. And then let me scan for where I'm going to drop you off, which I don't remember. Oh, here it is. Okay. You sure you don't want to just be teleported in front of the Paul Bunyan and Babe picture? No, I want to go outside. Okay. 1 to teleport. Make it so, number 1. No. So here we are, drifting on an open sea. I just thought I should maybe put up some tobacco before we go any further. I always gotta say a prayer. Get you wanna do. Odapanani we asema. Except my tobacco. Mikwech ka iji ka kira kegu. Ka iji chikea noongum. Thank you for everything that you do today. Taka we took a wishin. Undo min away. Iji gigajeba. Please help me to speak well this morning. Mikwech ka iji bama. Wait. Dash mikwech ka bisan dawi. And thank you for listening. Ni mikwachu andam kitchimonadu. I'm grateful, Great Spirit. Now, let's see. How's it gonna be when you don't know me? Bonjour, B'nai Shiag. Hello, birds. Anin, Aji Ayan, how are you? Nobody ever asks the birds how they're doing. Nobody cares. Well, I care. I'm your Auntie Natasha. I care. How you doing? What can I do to make your lives a little better? No. I brought a can of night crawlers. Yeah, I'm just going to feed you night crawlers. Isn't it weird that both birds and fish eat the same things? Worms. And this has been... No, I better go back. Boop, 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 boop. Beep, beep. Beep, beep. Bonjour. Hi, sweetie. You ready to come in? Yeah, can you pick me up? All right. 1 to teleport. Make it so, number 1. See you later, birds. And here we are again. Yep. All right. Well, you know what, you guys? Yeah? I'm thinking about Majanon. Oh, there's more comments down here. Never thought about it. Worms are important. You know, it's the early bird that gets the worm. That's what I heard. Have the best day, everybody. It's time to go back to bed and do nothing till tomorrow. Go straight back to bed. It's Thursday the 16th. You know, that's like Friday the 13th, only twice as bad. No, I don't know.
Did you want to add anything, sweetie?
No, I didn't even get on the show today.
That's right. All right, everybody. Hey, if you'd like to support the show, don't forget we have links in the description to Patreon, PayPal, GoFundMe, and Teespring. Miigwech to everyone who's been buying books from Michael Lyons, the rockstar cartoonist. We really appreciate it. And miigwech for the super chats. And our wonderful patron saints. We'll be back on maybe tonight.
Yeah, maybe tonight.
But maybe not till tomorrow. Anyway.
Is that good? That's good.
Miigwech kapizadawieg. Thank you for listening. Dash miigwech gonowabieg. And thank you for watching Boozhoo, not a Boozhoo, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. I will see you again. Gee, gawabamin! Minawa.